will end in a mistrial. That's the name of the title of this. It's going to end in a mistrial, man, because of this juror situation. Now, this is what people are saying. Some people I talked to were saying this, Max, this is going to end in a mistrial because I'm going to bring up my notes and we're going to go over in my notes again on what must be done and why is the jury requesting why is the jury why is his lawyers asking for a mistrial. There's a few reasons why his lawyer is asking for a mistrial, to preserve the record for a possible appellate issue if Diddy is convicted on these charges. um But if they find, we're going to go over how this could be declared a mistrial. A few things have to happen here for this to be declared a mistrial. So we're going to go over it. So on June 15th, which is today, it's not 12 a.m. my time yet. So it's still June 15th, 2025. Diddy's legal team filed a motion asking the judge to declare a mistrial. This request was based on concerns that the prosecution is attempting to remove a black juror under suspicious pretenses. And they argued that if the court dismisses that juror, it would amount to racial bias, warranting a mistrial. Hold on one second. You said unrelated. My dad used to call me. Yeah, you trying to be funny. We get you out of here. Yeah, you're not here to distract. We here to educate. You feel me? We're here to have a little fun too, but I'm really here to educate though. So let's continue. Here's the key context. The motion emphasized that the prosecution stated reason some inconsistencies in the juror's response during voir dire may merely be a pretext to eliminate the juror from serving. It also points out that Judge Submaranian himself noted that the juror's overall conduct seemed to be so far afield from the juror's performance, raising questions about the true motive. To sum this up, yes, Diddy's team did indeed request for a new mistrial today, contingent on any dismissal of this juror. Now, I was saying to myself, could this be something that could happen in the appellate side? The answer is yes, absolutely. If Diddy is convicted, the judge denies the mistrial motion related to the removal of the black juror. That decision can be grounds for an appeal. Here's why. Appealable issue. So that brings up the Batson challenge. If Diddy's lawyers can show that the juror was removed because of race, it can trigger Batson versus Kentucky issue. Under the United States Supreme Court precedent, removing a juror based on race is unconstitutional. If the defense preserved the record correctly, they could argue on appeal that the dismissal violated Diddy's Sixth Amendment right to an impartial jury and the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause. But before they do that, they must preserve the record correctly. In order to preserve the record, you have to declare for a mistrial and different other things. Also, number two, they can argue due process violation. If the court allowed to remove of the juror without proper justification, it could be argued that the trial was tainted and violated due process. The appellate court could find that the error was not harmless, especially if the juror played a key role in the deliberations. Mistrial denial. A judge's refusal to grant a mistrial is renewable on appeal renewable on appeal for abuse of discretion. If the appellate court believes that the judge handed the juror issue improperly, they could overturn the conviction or order a new trial. So, what must be done for it to be appealable? The defense must make the objection on the record, which they did today. That's the first step. They must fully argue the reason, whether it's racial bias or jury dismissal, uh, um, undermining fairness. Also, the judge's ruling must also be on the record, giving reasons for denying the mistrial. So that's what I want to say there. Um, they're trying to cite this. It's a racial situation going on, so they're just preserving the record so they can go back later and so they can go back later and challenge it later. You know, about whether it's what do you call it? Whether it's racial or whatever the case is, they can investigate it and take that up with the higher courts. I think that particular part might be hard to prove, though. That is, it's a racial situation. But here's the thing that I want to bring up. I consider myself the 13th juror. I really was the only one pretty much saying that. I do. I consider myself the 13th juror, and I said, wait a minute. So this particular juror, okay, how did they find out? So we have to go back to the beginning for a second. How did they find out? So they said that someone that works with the jury, they overheard him talking about he had to travel back from New Jersey. That person went and told the prosecutors. So my question is, what was the motivation? Did they tell that person to watch that juror to see what he says? Or what? That has to be, that right there, I would do some investigation on. Now, let me just say something for people that go to court every day. It's better to just keep your mouth shut. Okay. Um, if people ask you questions about yourself, you don't have to answer it, or you can just be very vague, because they could be asking you questions to do research on you. They could be. That's why I tell you guys I'm very careful on how I present myself in these videos, on what I say in these videos, because they could be watching. And so yes, I've been through this road before. This is not the first trial that I've watched. It's not, and it won't be the last. So this is just a matter of routine for me. The only thing that's not routine is I'm boots on the ground, and this is a high profile trial. But the rules and decorum of the courtroom and all that, I know that already. I don't need nobody to tell me anything. Just like I had told you guys in the beginning, before the trial even started, I had told you guys, I said, I can't say Jane Doe's name if she's going under a pseudonym. I said, I'll let somebody else say it, but I'm not allowed to say it. And what happened? We're not allowed to say it. So I know this stuff already. I know that this is probably going to get denied. More than likely, the jurors going to probably get kicked off. But they're preserving the record because you never know what happens in the appeals process. You always have action in the appeals. Especially there's laws getting changed each year that could be applicable to your case. Anything can happen. So I'm just used to this type of stuff. But what I'm not used to is a bunch of people. I unsubscribed to a bunch of people. I honestly did, because they spreading misinformation, and I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I still follow a few lawyers and stuff like that, and you can tell some people are biased. They are, and some people call me biased. Then so be it. You can call me biased, but I'm for somebody to have a fair trial, based on how you feel about the person. You know, regardless of how trifling the person is. And guys, let me tell you something. The dude, man, is all the way trifling. There's a gentleman right now doing an interview, or he did an interview earlier. He was one of the entertainers. Now, my question is, how come he didn't testify? And I think he's wondering the same thing. How come they didn't come get me? The reason why they didn't come get him is because of how he's describing what's going on right now. That's why the government didn't come use you, sir. Because of how you describing how you and Cassie got down and stuff, it's making it seem like she was a part of it. That's why they didn't bring you to court. That's why. And how you act. They didn't want to bring you to court because it's going to seem like she was down with it. You know what I'm saying? That's why. So I answered his question for him. He's trying to say, damn, they couldn't find me because the picture they using me is a more recent picture. And they act like they can't find me. No, they could find you, sir. They could find you. They didn't want to use you. That's why. So um you said maybe his card. Am I dyslexic? Like what? Well, maybe his. I'm not sure what she's saying. I thought I was seeing my words backwards. What's up, Chantel? You said I just noticed that was her name flipped around. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I just noticed that was her name flipped around. I just noticed that was her name flipped around. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, we can't say her real name. Oh, somebody came in here with her name flipped around. Is that what it was? So yeah, that's what I wanted to say right there. They have to like preserve the record. That's why they say we're declaring for a mistrial. We're officially declaring for a mistrial. These lawyers know what they're doing. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a mistrial, but let's just preserve the record just in case, and we'll come back. Or I don't know if anybody know what the judge has decided yet. I don't know. Maybe it's on the record right now if he made a decision. But I honestly think more than likely he might be removed. I mean, if he's living in New Jersey. So we'll see. But damn, what if that was a juror that was really agreeable, like like nodding back or something? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in the room actually to see how that person was reacting. But somebody could have said, "Hey, watch that guy. Watch him to see what he say. Just see if you can get anything on him." And sure enough, they got something. I'm not saying that's what they did, but when you in places like that, it's best to keep your mouth shut because you don't know who's listening to you. Let me just say this: even when I go there, there's people like scattered out in the crowd. You don't know who they are. And every time I talk, they just like they start like just people. They really trying hard to listen. I'm like, well, I never been in an environment like that. Like everybody's listening. Like so I'd rather just don't say nothing. At that point, I'm just not gonna say nothing, man, because I don't know who nobody is. Sorry about that. Um, so yeah, it's all about preserving the record. I'm not sure um, if there is a legitimate reason. They probably will remove the juror. I don't know yet. That's not going to be enough for a mistrial. Probably not going to declare it, but that's something that'll be brought up in the appeal. But see, look, it's going to be hard to prove that it's racial because they're going to say that, hey, he lied on his jury form. That's why we're kicking him off. So as far as the racial, it's going to be hard to prove unless they do some research and they got some people to back it up. You see, I don't think you're supposed to. Well, why is the screen cut off? But they're going to say that it wasn't by race. I mean, it's going to be by the jury form. They're going to say that'll be hard to prove. It just so happened that it's a more than likely it's a brother being removed. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be hard to prove because right now the reason they're giving is the see. I gotta look at it both ways. The reason they're giving is because of what he said on the juror form. But they still have to preserve the record anyway by requesting for bringing that issue up in court. Just think about it. It makes sense, right? How can it be an appellate issue if you didn't bring it up before? You didn't raise that up because you could have talked to the judge at that point. But even in the appellate, they're going to go through that case with a fine tooth comb to try to find errors so they can appeal it on the next level anyway. But right now, we don't know if it's going to get to the appellate issue because this case is still ongoing. This trial is still ongoing, and he has not been convicted of anything yet. So, but what if that was the one juror that could have made this a mistrial? That'd be crazy. I'm not sure. That's what the judge is making a ruling on. Because I want to emphasize that it'll be hard to cite race because they're saying that, well, that's not the reason why we're trying to remove him. We're trying to remove him because he lied on his jury form or told me allegedly lied. Yeah, whatever the case is, nobody's been mentioned. Yeah, nobody's been mentioned, man. Definitely an interesting situation. Um, but we'll see. I'm not sure if the judge has made a decision yet, though. He said Bronx in New Jersey, from what I understand. He was living in both places. He could be living in both places. He said, I mean, if he's living in both places, then I mean, I don't know. Yeah, man. He lives outside the jurisdiction. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Is it a racial situation because he live outside of the jurisdiction? Those are the rules. You have to live within the jurisdiction. It don't happen that way. I don't think they just choose another black man because they let one go. It has to be like a lottery or something, like a random number being picked. You know what I'm saying? Like a number out of a hat type of thing. They can't just say, "Oh, well, we letting this black girl. Let me put another one up there." Nah, it has to be like some like number out of a hat or some system like that. Yeah, they can't. They can't. They can't do that. That really seemed about race then. If they did something like that. Well, that's what they're citing, Ryan. And I know I'm thinking maybe I'm not. I don't know the lawyers, but maybe they're thinking because of certain things. They just have to bring up certain issues. It don't mean that it's going to stick, though. I don't think this case is going to end in a mistrial by way of race, but I don't know. Maybe they got word that somebody said, "Watch that guy. See if he says something. Come back to me." But it'll be hard to say it was about race because they brought up the fact that he lied on his jury form, that he wasn't telling the whole truth allegedly. Yeah, the judge, I'm pretty sure, is going to deny it, but that's okay though. His defense attorney still did their job by putting it on the record. At first, you have to put on the record you didn't go raise it in the appellate court, but at least you have it on the record. How many mistrial attempts? Well, in the Weinstein case, he declared he tried to get a mistrial at least 10 or 12 times. It's unlimited request. So yeah, in this case, it's a little hard um because they're citing the jury form. However, maybe it's something the judge said that tipped them off to that. I don't know. Or maybe they got some other information on why that person went back and told the officials what the dude said. Because if I said I had a long trip, I just got back from New Jersey, why are you going to tell the officials? How do you know my girlfriend don't live there? I just went and sit and saw her for the weekend. That shouldn't prompt you. That shouldn't prompt you to go tell officials because I said I'm traveling in from New Jersey. I said on the jury form my domicile is the Bronx. But you don't know why I'm in New Jersey. I'm traveling. My girlfriend could be living there. And I stayed there for the week. And there's nothing wrong with that. But my residence is still in the Bronx. So what prompted that employee to go tell the prosecutors? That's what they probably thinking. Yeah, I know that yeah, I just said that. Medea, you must have just came in. I just said that. I literally just said that he talked to somebody and that person went back to the prosecutors. I just said that. hmm I just said that. That's what happened. But my question, let me just repeat again. Maybe you just came in. My question is, what prompted that person to go back and tell somebody? Because just because I said I'm traveling in from New Jersey, that doesn't mean anything. Because my girlfriend could live there, and I could have went and saw her for the week. Okay, I could still have a domicile in the Bronx and be living with my girlfriend. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, my residence is the Bronx, so that qualifies me. That's probably why they're inquiring about it now. You see, he has a daughter in New Jersey, but his girlfriend in New Jersey. But my question is his name on the lease? He could have he could have an apartment in the Bronx too, and be living with his girlfriend. But his domicile is in the Bronx. That's qualifies him. That's what a lawyer friend told me. But my question is again, what prompted them to go tell the authorities that he said that? They might have been watching him. That's why the lawyers are bringing that up. But we're not going to know that because if they do let him go, the reason why they're going to let him go is because they said he wasn't truthful on his paperwork. I mean, celebrity scandalous. I look suspicious just by the way I look. I can't tell you how many times they ask me what am I doing there. I cannot tell you how many times, yo. I think I don't look. Maybe I don't look the part, or maybe I look crazy or something. But I'm totally the opposite. I can't tell you how many times they ask me what I'm doing there. And I said, you know what I said? One of them. I said I thought that we can just sit in. I thought that the public can come sit in on trials. Is that true? Because that's what the Constitution says. Oh no. We just want to know why you come every day. No, I said my question is, according to the Constitution, it said that the public can come sit in, correct? Or no? Or is this closed off from the public? Because that's not in the Constitution. Right. That's not going to be racially. But see, here's the thing: we don't know that yet until they do a further investigation. It could be. They might know something we don't know. They might know something we don't know. But as of right now, the inconsistencies. I've already went over this. I keep somebody. It's like somebody's repeating me. Like I feel like I'm getting parroted. I just said that. I said that because of the inconsistencies in the paperwork, that's what they're citing to let him go. So it's going to be hard to bring race into it unless they have some more further information to back up their claim. But unfortunately for them, they're going to have to wait for the appellate. And the reason, again, I feel like I'm getting parody, yo. I feel like I am. If you, I understand if you just came in, I understand that. So I'm just gonna let it slide because I literally just said it. I just went over the whole issue with the appellate. I just broke down the appellate situation. I just did. So we're done with that. So what I'm saying is that'll be the reason why they're doing this is so they can preserve the record. I just went over that. So if people just coming in, you can like rewind it. I broke it down as far as the whole appellate situation and why they do that. They don't just declare a mistrial for no reason. They're preserving the record. That's what they're doing. Yeah, they do that all the time, Ryan. But see, the problem is, Ryan, some people I'm listening to, they're saying, "Oh, but he's grasping at straws." That's why they're doing. That's not true. This is a regular thing. Make sure y'all give me a like. That'll be greatly appreciated. That'll be greatly appreciated, man, in advance. Just double tap the screen. You say you think the judge royally messed up. Why you think that? Yeah, Madea was explaining why they do that. They're just preserving the record so they can go back. And I'm telling you guys right now, they know what they're doing. He has a lawyer on his team right now that specializes in this. Because she worked in that department, so they know all the tricks of the trade. You know what I'm saying? They know all the tricks of the trade, and that's what they're doing. Um, Now with this, I can bet on you on this. We can bet right now. If anybody wants to take me on the bet, will this end in a mistrial? No. But again, they have it on the record. Even Weinstein lawyer said that. He said he has some really good attorneys. He said they're putting things on the record, just in case they need it. But as of right now, we're not sure if that's going to happen because the jury has not found him guilty on all charges or some charges. So we just got to wait and see. But I'm going to tell you guys what's going to happen. Y'all could take this to the bank. Let me see what date it is. What date? Today is June 16th, 2024. Diddy's not going to jail. Remember I said that. That's going to be on my next video coming up. So these live chats, you better be there for the live chat. I'm almost guaranteed now that he's not going to jail, no matter what happens. I'm almost guaranteed now. Okay, I'm almost guaranteed he's not going. Not going. He's not going. And I'm going to tell you why eventually. But yeah, he's not going. He's not going. You said, but what if they convict? It don't matter if they convict. He can just laugh at them. If they sit up there and convict him, he just sit there. All right, kids, I'll be home in a couple days. That's all he got to say. I'll be home in a couple days, man. The hell with this system. I believe again that the charges they overcharged them. That's what I believe. I don't care. I know what the system. I know what the Mann Act says, but the Mann Act and all that is based off racial stuff. And it's only been two people in the history of this country that's been on trial for this, and that's him and R. Kelly, and they both brothers. Nah, yo. Jury nullification, fam. He's not guilty. But that's not why I'm saying that. It's if they come back on a full conviction, he'll be out in 2 days. Remember, I said that. I'll bet anybody. I'll bet you. I bet anybody. Anybody. Give it. Actually, you know what? Give it a week. Give it a week, and he'll be back on the jet. Get the jet ready. They might as well send his jet to Teterboro right now. They might as well send it. He's not going to jail. He's not. He's not going to jail. He's not going. You said, man, if they convict him, he's going. No, he's not, Medea. He's not going to prison. He's not going to prison. Nope. If they convict him, yeah, he's supposed to go to prison, but he got pulled though. If you know what I mean, he's not going to prison. Remember, I said that. Now, I want you guys to hold me to this. I want you guys to hold me to this because I'm the only one that's saying it. So I want y'all to hold me to this because when the bigger people say it, y'all gonna be like they said it first, and then you're gonna come back to me and said that they said it. No, he's not going to jail. I promise you this. The spirit is telling me this now. He's not going to jail, yo. He's not going to jail. And that's Jane Comey's daughter. Yeah, man. He's not going to jail, yo. I'm telling you that. He's not going to jail. He's not going to jail, man. Remember I said it. Remember I said it, man. He's not going to jail, regardless. He's not going. Remember I said it. I want y'all to hold me to this now and come back to me. And you're going to be like, Max, you're psychic. Please come back to me. He's not going to jail. He might as well get that Love Air jet in Teterboro Airport right now. As soon as they come, I'm not saying they could be come back with a full acquittal. Let's just stop. I'm moving ahead of myself. Listen, you know how I know? When I saw his lawyers, they look. I'm not giving it to y'all, man. Because y'all ain't hitting the like. I'm not giving it to y'all. I'm not giving it to y'all, man. I'm not giving it to y'all. Actually, I'm gonna give it to you regardless of y'all hating or not. I'm gonna give it to you anyway. His lawyers look relaxed as fuck. Okay? His lawyers look relaxed as fuck. Shout out to the brother Denot. Because Denot happened to see them outside of the courthouse. They were all out there chilling. Guys, they don't look stressed at all. They getting good sleep. because they already know. Guys, he's not going to jail, man. This is a matter of formality. He's not going to jail, man. They already know. He's not going to jail, man. He's not going. But I'm telling you right now, for the 148 that's listening, I want y'all to come back and please say I said it first. Please say that. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I saw how relaxed them lawyers are looking. Jose Baez didn't look that relaxed when he was with Aaron Hernandez. He did not. They look stressed. These lawyers don't look stressed. I guarantee you that pardon is coming. You let him get convicted. Watch. You let him get convicted. Listen, a movie is going to be made about this. Oh, he lost a lot of money, didn't he? He about to make it back if this happens. He got a book deal. He got all type of deals on his way. A documentary, everything. Okay, let me just do the math here real quick. She originally approached him with a book. And then they said, man, what's up with your book? Okay. Oh, you didn't read my book? Okay. I want 30 million. Man, get out of here, man. All right, well, we suing you. Okay, I want 30 million. Nah, man, get out of here. Now the case went public. Now he quickly settled with her for 20 million. She settled for 10 million at the thing. She was an equal participant in this shit. I'm telling y'all this. He getting a pardon. They weaponize his freakness. I'm telling you, they weaponize the freakness. He's getting out. I'm just telling y'all that. He getting out, yo. He getting out. His lawyers look relaxed as fuck. And I know you'll say, but remember this. Come back to me if I'm wrong. But no, don't come back to me after the trial. Wait a while. Don't come back to me after the trial. Well, Max, he just got convicted. What's up with the part? No, don't do that to me. Because I'll block you. You have to wait a while. Wait at least a week or two. Pardon. He's done. It might happen a day afterwards and he'll get out. Guess who else getting a pardon? R. Kelly. And if you don't believe me, when it happens, I want you to come back to me and say that happened, Max. You must be psychic. Remember that. He's getting a pardon too. Remember I said it. Remember I said that. What's happening in this country right now is unprecedented. I've never seen this in the history of this country, a president to do some shit like this. There's not one president in the history of this country that even Obama that would have pardoned NBA YoungBoy. Not one. Not one. Okay? Not one. Not one. Listen, guys. I got a motherfucking gift, yo. I'm only gonna tell you one time because I'm about to sign off. And I have a gift, yo. I know. I'm telling you this. He's getting a pardon. Okay, remember I said it. And guess who else getting out eventually within the next 5 years? But I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it, man. I'm not gonna say it, yo. I'm not gonna say it. Now, Lil Durk, he has a chance to beat his case. If you know, he got Drew Freeling. So if you know that, he has a chance to beat it. I'm out of here, yo. I don't want to even talk to nobody right now because I'm dead ass serious with you. I got a gift, yo. I'm dead ass serious. I don't even want to talk to nobody. I'm getting ready to sign off and I'm getting ready to come back on, yo. I'm getting ready to come back on. I'm getting ready to sign off right now, and I'm getting ready to come back on, man. Because you know why? Because people be repeating what I'm saying. They be watching me on the fucking low, and they repeat what I'm saying. I'm the one that's on the goddamn 13th juror. I said that, and I hear people repeating it. So stop playing with me. Y'all stop playing. I'm about to start. I'm not being humble no more because that shit don't get you nowhere. So stop playing with me. Don't act like people don't be listening to me on the low because I know what I'm talking about. The only reason why I couldn't go to law school is I can't afford this shit. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. I took the practice test and aced it. The practice test. I probably can go to California and take that shit and pass it. My cousin passed it with flying colors. I had another older cousin that passed the shit. It's just in our DNA. I'm telling you, I'm not playing. I know. I know how this system works. It's unprecedented what's happening right now. When I say that, something's going over some people's heads. When I say that, it's unprecedented what's happening right now. I don't know not one president in the history of this fucked up country that would have pardoned NBA YoungBoy. Not one. Or Lil Wayne. Them two men are about to get a pardon. Let me tell you why. What they did to him, it's a middle finger back to them. That's what he's doing. Here's the middle finger. All that work and preparation you put into this case, you're about to get a pardon. It's all for nothing. That's why his lawyers look so relaxed. I'm convinced of this. And I don't know. I don't know per se, but the spirit is telling me. See, I didn't listen to grade school when they told me that Jesus looked like one of the members from the Bee Gees. I never believed that shit. Never. Never. So I still have it. I still listen to the spirit. School didn't beat that out of me. Remember, I said it. He's getting a pardon, full pardon, if he get convicted. But remember, I said it. Remember, I said it. Remember that. Remember, I said that. Remember, I said it. It's already in the, it's he already know. He's already know Ravens fan. He already know it's coming. They look too relaxed in that piece. But guess what's gonna happen? Guess what's gonna happen? Hold on one second. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I'm telling you, it's coming. You can go to Denot's page. He had he had it up on his page. He ran into the lawyers outside. They were hugging him and everything. They were sitting there joking with Denot and everything. Guys, it's going to be a fucking pardon. Do you understand that? A pardon is coming. This is one of the biggest trials in their life, and they're relaxed about it. Okay? So when it happens, come back to me and tell me I was right. Please. No, you don't have to tell me I'm right, but don't come and say somebody else said it and they got the exclusive. Do not say it because I'm coming from the spirit with this. Okay? This ain't coming from man. This is coming from the spirit. He's getting a pardon. I see how relaxed they look. Okay? Go look at Denot's video when he ran into all the whole team. Go look. Go look and see. Go look and see how relaxed they look. Go look at Mark out there shopping, going chilling. Okay? This is the easiest case they've had, folks. As a matter of fact, check this out. Now he can really get stylish with it. He might as well take the fucking stand. Okay? He might as well take the stand and sit up there and show his ass. Because he know the pardon is coming. He know it's coming. But look, this is what we going to do. We going to pardon him afterwards. Okay? We're going to pardon him afterwards. because we know it's damn near. You know what I'm saying? It might end the mistrial, but that pardon is coming. Remember, I said it. He said, "Let me see." Okay, Max. What if he doesn't get the pardon after he gets? It's coming from the spirit, Ryan. It's a gift that I have. I already know. He's getting pardoned. He's getting pardoned. School couldn't beat that out of me. They couldn't beat it out of me. And I never believed in that white Jesus. That's why. Never believed in it. They couldn't which means that they couldn't brainwash me. I know how powerful I am. See, when they make you believe in that situation, you feel lesser than. I never felt that way. And I never um gave up listening to my inner voice. That's the spirit. Because you can hear that voice, right? But it's in silence, but your ears can still hear it. If you start talking to yourself right now without moving your lips, your ears will start vibrating as if it can hear it. That's the spirit. That's the real voice. I'm not talking about voices in your head like you crazy. That's not what I'm talking about. I already know it's coming. So remember I said that, y'all. I remember I'm telling you, I know. I know it. I'm so sure of it that I don't care how crazy I sound to you. That's how sure I am of myself. For sure. Didn't I just tell you yesterday? I was on the live chat. I said, guys, something getting ready to go down. Let me go in the house real quick because I can see the danger coming. And I'm on live chat and y'all heard the gunshots. Stop playing with me, yo. I follow the spirit. I follow the spirit. I could see it. I could feel it. I didn't see it, but I could feel it. It's a feeling I got. It's a vibration I got. I knew the danger was coming. I said it on the live chat. And then I got quiet and you heard the gunshots. Yeah, it was gunshots on my live last night. And I wasn't scared. I'm sitting by the window. There's gunshots going off. I'm never scared. Ryan, I tell you, even in Virginia, when the gunshots was going off near my door, I still stayed live and I didn't even flinch. He'll tell you that. Yeah, he'll tell you it's true. Gunshots right outside my door. I'm not scared of it. I mean, well, in Virginia, I have a gun on me in Virginia, but out here in New Jersey, I can't bring it up here. So it's in my locker back home, but back in Virginia. But none of that scares me once you start walking in the spirit. When I say walking in the spirit, I'm not talking about church. I'm talking about the innate abilities God has already given you. You have to sharpen it. The shit doesn't bother you. You're not scared of anything. But I'm telling you, I proved it to you yesterday. I said, guys, the trouble is getting ready to come. I got 3 minutes before I get in my building. I told y'all that. You go back and look at my live chat, yo. I said, I said, let me get back in my building. It was nobody around my car. But I can feel the heat. It's a heat I feel. I felt it. I said, the shots are coming. And when I was on my live chat, the shots rang off as soon as I got in here. No, I'm not talking about, when I say spirit, I'm not talking about religion. And when I say they didn't beat it out of me in school, I'm not talking about religion either. There's certain innate abilities that we have that we're born with. It's senses. This so we can sense danger and we can actually foreshadow stuff coming. I never lost it. And also, it's not that I'm psychic. I can see looks on people's faces and it tells a story. When I saw his lawyers, right? How they were standing there and they looking really relaxed, joking and everything, I know it's coming. I know a partner's coming. This is the biggest. case of your career and you relax. No, 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 sir. Mm-mm. It's a pardon coming. And more than likely, they probably already got the word that it's coming. Lucky him, isn't it? Lucky him. Because if it was me, well, I could write to the pardon office, the pardon czar, and she probably will look at my case because he does have a pardon czar. So I probably could get a pardon. In a way, it isn't fair, Ryan, but he's actually pardoning regular people too. He's pardoned over 1,200 people so far, and not all of them are rich and have resources. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get a lot of people out of jail that didn't kill anybody that got over 20 some years. They're trying to get them all out, especially if it's a federal. I mean, only if it's a federal level, federal case, which is like I don't even think he can do all that in 4 years. There's so many people. They're gonna wait until see. They're gonna wait and see what happens to the result of this trial. Yeah, I think they pretty much know what's gonna come, but still gotta wait and see what happens. But he could get a full acquittal, and I'm not saying this because I'm taking his side. I'm not. It's like Ryan said, it's kind of unfair because one of us, we probably wouldn't have that opportunity unless we reached the pardon czar, and she see our case. But what's the likelihood of she seeing my case? She probably getting thousands of requests. But yeah, I see it. It's gonna break till they can be like breaking news. And then somebody's gonna say, I got the exclusive on it. I already know. No, they do not. I already had the exclusive because it came from the spirit world. Telling you, already had it. I saw. When it came to me, when I got the confirmation, it was from Denot's video when he ran into all of the lawyers and he started hugging Mark Agnafil. He hugged him twice that day. Did y'all know that? He hugged him twice. He saw him at the mall and then hugged him again. That man is so relaxed right now. This is the biggest trial. How is he so relaxed? And you know how I know they relax? Because I can see it in their eyes. I can see it in their eyes. That's how you know. And I'm gonna say this about his case, and the reason why he's getting a pardon because I feel like they weaponized it, this whole thing against him. And these people were willing participants. If you go look at, if you go look at, what's his name video tonight, he interviewed one of the entertainers that Cassie slept with, and if you hear him tell the story, it was weird the way he told the story on how he said, yeah, if you if you if you see him tell the story, it's weird, man. It's weird. If you hear him tell the story, it was on Armand Wiggins' channel tonight. One of the workers. He was describing he wasn't even testifying at trial. But it's the way he described when he first started working for them, and and he described the whole situation, and it is fucking hilarious. Thank you, Firefly. Thank you for the love there. Let me see, Firefly. Thank you for the love. Let's see. Thank you for the Firefly. I mean, excuse me. Thank you for the love, Firefly. I'm about to say thank you for the Firefly. Thank you for the love, man. Well, I'm not saying it won't be needed because y'all could come back to me. Now y'all gonna have to wait though. You said buy your mom some flowers, book a massage. You know I can't do massages because I'm ticklish. And I remember one time I went to a massage parlor and the guy said, "Okay, you could come on back so I can give you a massage." I said, "Nah, I'm cool, man. I'm cool. You're not giving me no massage, man. I'm good on that." Y'all heard me? I'm good on that. I don't want your massage. Nope. I said, "Oh, I know." I didn't say it like that. I said, "Hey, I probably should have waited because I only have like a 15-minute lunch break." Like I made up some lie. I was like, "I really got to get back. I'll probably be back later. I'll be back later." All right. And when you say that I'll be back later, that means you ain't coming back. Yeah, he was like, "Come on back." Like some muscle bound dude, like gonna give me nah, yo, I'm good, man. I'm good. Nope, 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 I'm good. I said, "Yeah, I got to get back to work, man. No, I'm good." He said, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I'll come back later." It will take my card. All right, I got your card. I said, "This your number?" Now, look, confirming the number because I ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not trying to like be an asshole about it. You said in the video you thinking of, go to the video. His name is Denot. He has a video at the end with all of the matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is hold on, guys. What I'm gonna do is right. I'm gonna find the video and I'm gonna screenshot it. I'm gonna show you how they all look, yo. I don't even think I have to do all that. Y'all just come back to me when that pardon come in. Just come back to me, man. That's what we gonna do. Just come back to me when that pardon come in. Hold on, let me find the video. And I'll give you the timestamp and somebody go look at it for me real quick. I'm gonna give you the timestamp. Just give me a second here. Yeah, the entire legal team outside. Okay. Mm. You're gonna go to exactly the 1 minute mark. Okay, here we go. All right, there's the link. Somebody check it out for me real quick. Somebody check it out for me real quick. That's the link. It's at the 1 minute mark. Go take a look and come back to me. Whoever go there, come back to me and tell me how they look. It's at the 1 minute mark. Okay, but did you see how they look though? That's the biggest case of their life. They all look relaxed. They look relieved too. Okay, so when I saw that, it's not that they said anything. Because people will say, because they can easily tell me, well, Max, nothing is happening. It's not the feel, it's a feeling I got. The crazy thing about that is, hold on, let me go back. Um, the crazy part about it is not a lot of people saw that video. That say what you want about that kid, man. Did not say whatever you want about him. That was the best footage he got with all the lawyers together like that. Joe, you're not gonna have me doubt myself here, man. I'm almost 50, man. You can't get in my head. I'm almost 50. I know what I know. Ain't nobody can tell me I'm wrong here. Nobody. Not man. Man can't tell me. Only God can. And I have the gift. Everybody has gifts. I happen to have one of them. That pardon is coming, and it's gonna come after the fact. You said, "What's my favorite herb?" I don't smoke. That's why I still have it. And I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me put you on something else. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I don't even know how I know it. You know what I told people? Maybe Ryan remember. I told people I don't smoke that stuff because they putting stuff in it. And then I told people it's fent being put in that stuff. Fent is being put in it. And guess what happened? It was a guy in New York. He was going around testing it at these stores, and he said it's fent in it. I knew it was going to be in there. You don't buy stuff from these foreigners like that, especially herb. Are you crazy? If they legalize it, they said that you can grow it. You need to grow it yourself instead of buying these old flimsy ass stores because they putting fent in it. Yes, that's why I don't, and that's why people are extra aggressive and dying out here. But I digress. Of course, they lacing it. You could smell it. That's why I told you when I was in the park. Oh, that smelled like the good stuff. And then I can tell you the stuff that smell chemical. It's a chemical smell to it. It's a chemical smell to it, and it leaves a residue on your clothes that stinks. And the stuff back in the day never left you stinking like that. Never. It's the chemical they put in it. I said it. I said as soon as they legalize it, there's something in it. So be careful. There's something in it. Yeah, Chantel is fan in it. So next time, this is what you do. Your friend that almost I'm glad your friend is okay. This is what y'all do if y'all want to shut the store down. You ready? Watch this. I want you to go buy some more. I want you to take that sample to a crime lab, okay? And tell them you would like it sent to the state lab for testing for fentanyl. They usually can test it right then and there for you, Chantel. Does it turn different colors if it's laced? And if it's the case, then you give them the address on where you bought it from, and they'll get the place shut down. And it's usually the people from India and other people that's selling it. Do you think they care about you, Chantel, and people that look like you? They'll sell you anything. So they're never buy anything from them. Don't buy meat from them either. Okay? I'm just telling you. And I'm not saying it to single anybody out, but that stuff has a chemical smell to it. That's why I be telling people, and I can smell it. That don't smell like the stuff back in the 80s and 90s. It's a chemical, and it leaves a residue in your clothes, and you don't smell it, but it actually stinks because people used to get in my car smelling like that. And you know how I know it's no good? Because back in the day, the stuff back in the day either make you want to sleep or eat. One of the above. Either you're gonna be eating up everything in your refrigerator or you're gonna be going to sleep. Oh no, I didn't mean for you to buy it, Chantel, for you to do it. Just to buy it to test it so you can get the store shut down. You said you heard Vietnam is a pretty good place to visit. You saw because you saw my video from earlier. That's why you said it. I know y'all like what video. I have another channel, and I was talking about it. Let me see if that video is up before I get ahead of myself. Let me see. Max reacts. Yeah, you saw my video. Actually, wait a minute. No, the video is not up yet. Hold on, let me see. Damn, you just reminded me. My bad. I didn't put the video up. I got so many channels. Let me put that video up real quick, man. No, you didn't see that video yet. I don't have it up to the public. Shoot, let me go ahead and set that, man. Let me see. 16. Let me do one. Let's do 1:30. Cause that'll be everybody over there will see it. 1:30 a.m. So 1:30 a.m. I was just talking about that. It's funny that you said that. Just go ahead and save it. Okay, I'm working on 3 channels at one time. It's crazy. Oh, nice, A Will. You see, been to event? Yeah, I heard it's cool, Ryan. I haven't been there, but I just did. Yo, it's funny that you say that. I just did a story, and I incorporated Vietnam in my story because there's a decline in a certain city in Thailand of tourism. You said, unfortunately, over a decade ago, I did some because my ex influenced me, but that pissed me off because it was only lasted 15. Yeah, that stuff do only last that don't last that long. That's what I heard, and that's why they keep coming back for more. They chasing the dragon. That's what you call poor man's, coke. You said, would you like to travel with YouTubers and explore Vietnam? What travel vloggers? You said the name to me is like Vegas. If you ever been there, wow, the name is like that, huh? You said can Diddy's defense ask for a new bail during their? No, they can't. Yep, Fiona is there. Yep, and she's saying some good things. I talked about in the latest video that I just. It should be up at 1:30 in the morning. That's when I have it scheduled to go out. But I was talking about her there as well. I have a friend that's there from England, and they love it there. She loves it. It's just strictly for tobacco and ganja. Our bodies both neurological, spiritual. Everything is a system for a reason. You just easily get sick. I know. That's another thing, right? Is you give up one thing for another. You said, "Hey, Greg, do you hate Diddy?" They said Diddy is done. Even if he even if he dropped, his life is over. Yeah, that food is hella cheap. So anyway, that's all I gotta say for tonight. But I appreciate you guys coming on. Yeah, hold me to it, y'all. So we got something to talk about after the trial. Like, nah, Max, we're not holding you to that because you said it was gonna happen. So yeah, hold me to that for real. You said you're gonna remember Ryan? Okay. It's gonna cause more mayhem. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I catch you guys on the next one. All right, y'all.